Onivia, League of Legends highlights.
Fans out there, this worked well last time, but a lot of the success was really a failing of DRX and a failing of Kingan's positioning and his overextensions. This in a vacuum doesn't necessarily work that much better than it did this jungle look for a smite fight here with Croco. Unfortunately, just a second too late.
Yep, not going to be able to get there, but they do now know that this could be a bit of a problem. Does go into the Shroud, is now closer, should be all right. Zeka actually flashes over the Audacious Charge. That was so sick. Wind becomes lightning also now on cooldown, and Zeka's just going to smoothly move his way out. The slow from Pioshik with the standard is going to be there, and that's the flash forward. So Croco eventually picks up the kill in the end.
I mean, it's still an incredible play, though. To the game, you're level 3, the turrets are going to hit hard, and this ended up backfiring massively.
Yeah, it certainly is. Stun comes down onto Deft, takes himself a lantern to try and get into a better position, as now Envy taking a bit of damage as well. Deft gets the grab at him off, and that's the hook from max range. In goes Beryl and picks up the first kill for the bottom lane. Deft now trying to get out of there, and he absolutely will, as Gravitum remains onto Kayle. He's going to have to flash to get himself out, but is it going to be enough is the question. Infernum not quite enough range. As the flash forward from Deft, he wants more. The flash hook, but Kayle just hugs the wall. So the tempo advantage should still be there, and Deft has the Crescendum available. So even though Liiv SANDBOX do rotate earlier, it's not early enough. As the playback onto Croco, he flashes forward, gets the knock up onto Deft, who is still alive for the moment, takes himself a lantern, is now closer, dives on forward, executes the Aphelios, but meanwhile on the other side of the fight, the Xin Zhao has already fallen down. Dove, can he actually do it? Kingan, oh, the flash out of the way. Dove, the top lane Tryndamere God is making this one work. Lying in wait, looking for a potential opportunity as Calibrum comes down. Now we've got the close range guns. Flash out immediately from Envy. The heal has been used as well. Solar Flare comes through, but that is the playback. Kayle now trying to create a nuisance for himself. Great hook is going to come forward as Croco flashes after Deft. And he was trying to go way too deep for that one and gets punished.
Yeah, a lot of greed here from DRX getting pushing.
He does have Flag Drag Flash, but there's 4 members of Liiv SANDBOX here. They have so much control of the bottom side.
Zeka's not here, so they just realistically can't fight this. He doesn't have Realm Warp and they know it. Control this next Drake spawn any further. Like, got the turret down. Look at the deep vision on blue side jungle there on the bottom. Like, they have 4 wards there, 4 wards in the Drake pit. Like, they are gonna get soul point. They will lose a turret for it in the top side of the map, but this is much more valuable.
It's a 1-for-1, and I mean, Shirley down there towards the bottom side gets some work done. I mean, it's not going to be able to get another charge. However, it does make sure that Kingan's time is wasted, and they just force DRX away from this Drake, guarantee that one for them. And Liiv SANDBOX, I have to say, the macro play has just been better for them. And honestly, even after getting decimated in the early game,
this feels like game 1.
Yeah.
He has both summoners.
Teleport as well.
Yeah. He probably shouldn't waste, but he doesn't know teleport's getting committed. He's going to use the ghost.
Yeah, he's doing his best to dance around the dead turret. Now wants to try and stop this one from happening. Lateral damage going to come through, and yeah, he does manage to get 2 people down towards that bottom side. No teleport available from Dove, and we do have the Crescendum up for Deft, but can they actually outsmite Croco is going to be the question. 4 versus 3 for now, but the 2 solo laners are still making their way in. Solar Flare to buy a little bit of time. Everfrost not going to exactly find it here, as Pioshik needs to be able to grab this smite. Croco gets into the pit. It's going to be a 50-50. They want to try and kill him, but no! Croco's going to steal it away. Deft is going to get obliterated as well, and Liiv SANDBOX just crushed DRX.
And this is another calculated move by Kingan to try to set up for an objective. He overextends, but DRX are already moving towards the Baron. They are going to be able to respond and get back, but I mean, right now Dove is literally running circles around this team. Croc was having a fantastic game. He gave them such a massive early lead that led to all of this opening up. And I mean, we don't want to draw too many conclusions yet, but I think the conclusions that were drawn before this season are going to be questioned a lot more.
It was lethal tempo Jarvan as well, which is certainly a thing. Of course, does increase the range now, so I guess that's what he's looking to try and execute on as Solar Flare comes down once again, locking up the members of DRX, but immediately closer just gets exploded. Kayle now in trouble as well as DRX trying to hold themselves in. Kayle goes back, knows that he's dead. Meanwhile, on the bottom side of the map, Dove was trying.
And if they had caught Envy, that'll do it.
Yep, that was a nice one. True Shot Barrage is going to go slightly wide, but does land onto the wave, which is what Envy's trying to push forward to grab themselves some control. Zeka's going to teleport in. Great double knock up there, and the Moonlight Vigil comes down. Envy has to immediately get out of there as the Chakrams are a big problem. The CC's good onto Dove as now he has to try and get himself out, but now Closer is trying to get the work done. Deft flashes over and at least executes to Tryndamere, but he will go down. Zeka finally actually able to do damage, and Kingen is still a problem, but 3 versus 4, sorry, Beryl going home right now, and DRX win another fight.
Yeah, DRX win another fight, but this was not a fair fight, and they still almost lost it. Remember, the teleports we saw coming through super late from Closer and very far away. The execution of how he used his perfect execution there with the rotation back in, as Koshik is playing with fire here. Okay, hold that thought.
Going for a little bit of a flank play, and yeah, KL is in trouble. The Realm Warp going to come on forward as Zeka in perfect position to get himself over the wall. Good hook to set it up. And that is a dead support. Croco dead for another 12 seconds, and they may have thrown a Baron. My God, if we get another throw in this series, Wolf, I may lose my mind.
Yeah, this is Game of Thrones season spring so far here in the
And I was pretty happy that show was over, I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, no, I think we all were.
Plus, they managed to get the bounty on top of it as well. Now, 1 second until the Elder Drake comes up.
And the timing of this is so abysmal for Liiv SANDBOX. They will at least have Dove's ultimate here, but you have to somehow miraculously fight for this. This is all on Envy. For the first time in this game, it's all up to him to actually chip away super hard before this fight starts, but he's not hitting too many of those Qs.
Yeah, it's not necessarily working out right now as Kingen started this one off already, and he can tank it for days, of course, as the Grades Closer on the side, but he's spotted immediately. Out goes Pyoshik as Dove's going to get flayed back. Has to go into the ultimate as early as possible and now wants to take down Deft. It's going to wear off as Deft is going to try and grab him, but no! Dove goes into his stopwatch. Zeka has one as well, but now he's getting surrounded. It's a double kill for the top laner of Liiv SANDBOX, and maybe this game is just over.
Oh, it is definitely over, Atlas. They're going to push to win it. Dove again with the flank. Such an incredible play, but also Croco's right in where he needs to be, hits the Crescent Guard, and it all sets up. And unfortunately for DRX, both of these games, each and every team fight, they struggle to keep their carries alive when it matters most. And this, shockingly, actually will be a 2-0 for Liiv SANDBOX.
Yeah, Liiv SANDBOX, they turned it all around. It looked like DRX had all the control, but now the Nexus is going to get obliterated, and Liiv SANDBOX start off 2022 with a 2-0 over DRX.
Very impressive stuff here from the top side of the map for Liiv SANDBOX. Everybody doing their job right, and we saw so much